A student goes to bed at 12 p.m. midnight, exhausted from life, but unable to fall asleep immediately due to a common minor case of insomnia. Their alarm wakes them up 6 a.m. the next morning after a slim 5.5 hours of sleep. They slowly get out of bed to complete their morning routine. Clothes, brush teeth, bathroom water, and maybe a cup of coffee. There's no time for breakfast, so they skip it. They walk to their car wiping their eyes and trying to wake up. Now they have to drive to school tired, inattentive, and with a slower reaction time than normal. Thankfully, they make it to school safely and on time. In class, they're too tired to give their full attention. They don't hear the teacher explain the night's homework. They can't focus enough to complete the worksheet assigned. The student walks out of school later that day and ponders the thought that they attended school longer than they slept that previous night. They come to the conclusion that that's life and they have to get over it. But that's wrong, and delaying school start times to 8:30 can not only improve this particular student's life, but many other students' lives too. It can help each student gain a healthy amount of sleep, reduce car accidents during a daily commute, and raise academic performance across the boards. Sleep is needed to survive. Teens should receive 8.5 to 9.5 hours of sleep to be fully rested and healthy. In school start times, sleep, behavioral health, and academic outcomes, a review of literature, Wheaton stresses the importance of 9 hours of sleep for teenagers and states that less than 8% of teenagers actually earn that. The amount of sleep one gets per night is determined by bedtimes and rise times. Adolescents generally have late bedtimes due to athletic events, schoolwork, careers, social life, and no parent set bedtime. They also have early rise times due to one single factor: school start times. A senior at the University of Minnesota, Wallstrom's research study explains how teenagers sleep is a matter of biology and not choice. The teenagers' sleep cycles are often controlled by their brains, which don't begin to fall asleep until around 10:30 and wake up until 8. It has also been found that lack of sleep is not all due to social media or phones, but particularly held accountable by a key sleep hormone, melatonin, not releasing in your brain until around 11 p.m. each night. Melatonin helps you fall asleep. Lack of sleep is detrimental to a growing teenager. Car accidents are the leading cause of death of teenagers. Sleep deprivation is linked with teen car crashes. It reduces reaction time, slows eye movement, and decreases the ability to make quick decisions. Multiple studies found that when schools delayed start times, teenage car accidents decreased. In a study based out of a county in Kentucky, it was reported that there was a 16.5% decrease in motor vehicle accidents at schools with later start times. Driving is dangerous by itself. Driving tired increases the danger tremendously. Early start times cause more tardies and absences in schools, lack of attention in class, and decreased overall grades. Studies have shown schools with later start times report fewer problems concentrating and paying attention. Wallstrom's study found higher grades for students in later starting schools. Delaying school start times increased academic performance and reduces absence and tardy problems. Later start times in schools have many benefits and few drawbacks. Research has found answers for most concerns. Athletics, childcare, and transportation are a few common. Schools and research studies found little impact with athletics when they delayed school. Childcare was solved by outside programs opening childcare earlier and later for parents. Transportation was fixed by multiple buses throughout the county and less traffic based on different commute times between students and parents. From my personal experience, as a child I grew up in a district with later started high schools. They combated transportation issues by having elementary schools start earlier, around 7:30, and high schools around 8:30. This was beneficial because elementary students were easier to have on a sleep schedule through parental control, as they were less affected by melatonin, making it easier for them to fall asleep. As written in Teens Later Start to School Day, studies have shown that later starting schools have improved in attendance, academics, overall mental health, car crashes, daytime sleepiness, and risky behavior. The pros easily outweigh the cons. It creates a simple answer: delay school start times. It benefits students in the classroom, car, home, and community.